Hey folks, I'm filming this from my brand new iPod, which turns out to be much better quality than my parents' $300 camera and my camera put together. So I'm going to show you a little video of my 78 RPM record collection today. It's not much, but I'm proud of it, and there's a lot of kind of cool records. So I'll just go through them and tell you where I found them and just, random stuff. So we're going to start with this book, which I found at not a flea market, it was a Goodwill store find. So just open it up and lean it up against here. These are quite interesting. Charlie Kuntz and his piano medley. They don't really have names, they're just medleys of this guy's piano playing, and kind of interesting, kind of rare. There's another one here. Actually, I think there's three. Then we have the Tennessee Waltz and Boogie Woogie Santa. Those are Patti Page, obviously. Then we have, this is a good record. I love this. Moten Swing, Conclusion and Beginning. So it's a two-sided, one-song record by the Harry James Orchestra. Let's see, what else do we have here? Okay, I just don't want to break the records. When I found this one, there's a whole bunch with it that somebody had just thrown in, and of course they all cracked because they're shellac. Blue Tango by Les Baxter. I love Les Baxter. This is one of my favorite songs here. Please, Mr. Sun. Silver Bells by, that's Patti Page. No, Doris Day, right? And Christmas Story. Don't know what that is. I Didn't Mean a Word I Said by Harry James and his orchestra. Vocal by Buddy DeVito. Whatever that is, I don't know who that is. Then on the other side is Who's Sorry Now? Harry James and his orchestra with vocal by Willie Smith. Then we have a rather patriotic wartime song by Dick Jurgens and his orchestra, Hip Hip Hooray. It's a foxtrot. And then, I can't read that one, so yeah, that's that book. Over here, I kind of have a pile of the ones to throw out. This one looks like someone took a bite out of it. This is one of the ones from here, but it was broken. With A Song in My Heart. It's opera, so I don't really care too much about it anyways. And these ones are just shitty country songs from the 50s that are just awful. Oh wait, this is Al Martino. This is better, but it's still not one of my favorites, and the record's not in great quality. And this is horrible country stuff. So, moving on. This record I got just last week at a flea market. At the time, I thought it was a good buy. Gene Austin, My Blue Heaven, and Are You Thinking of Me Tonight? This is from the 1920s, or earlier 20s, I think. I'm not. Oh wait, might be. I'm not sure when it was recorded. Anyways, when I got home, I played it, and it's very, very worn down. Also, there's a crack somewhere. Yeah, right here. But it's very, very worn down and doesn't. You can hardly hear it. So that's very unfortunate. But I'm gonna keep it anyways. Next one here, this one I got a couple weeks back with a load of good, well, a load, more like 6, really, really good 1920s jazz numbers. Here we have Sonny Boy by George Olsen and his music, refrain by George Olsen, and these were all produced by the Victor Company in Montreal. This one is one of my favorites. We have drumming with Gene Krupa. Our Apersksutti, I don't know how to pronounce that, and then Drum Boogie with Gene Krupa and his orchestra, and a vocal chorus by Irene Day. I thought it was Anita O'Day, but I guess not. Next, this one I got at an antique store a while back. It's an Edison record, so I can't play it, but it's still interesting to have. Sad by the Tennessee Happy Boys, and on the other side we have Must Be Love. This is from about 1928, I'd say. I'm not sure though. This is not a 78. This is an LP, but it's an early LP, which makes it interesting. It's Eddie Condon and his orchestra. We called it Music, featuring famous jazzmen. And Hager's Blues, and Rosa Rio Grande. Those are my favorites. So that's an interesting record. That's from 1950. This I got at Kutztown on my recent visit. The Star Spangled Banner with vocal mix chorus. This is in pristine condition. I only played it once, and that's from my July 4th video. And on the other side is Hail Columbia by the Victor Orchestra. And this is an American Victor Talking Machine Company, Camden, New Jersey. And this was for schools, so you can imagine it was probably played once a year or whatever. It's not like anyone ever played that regularly. This one I got last week as well. It's in the wrong jacket, but that doesn't matter. White Christmas from the picture Holiday Inn. The song is by Irving Berlin, and it's Bing Crosby. So this is one of the most famous songs from the 1940s, and for Bing Crosby and Irving Berlin as well. Then on the other side is God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. This one is interesting. It's made in Montreal in the early 1920s. I think this is about 1924 or 5. It's an Apex record, Loose Feet by Martucci and his orchestra. And on the other side is Running Wild. Sorry for the glare from the lights. Then these ones, in their original Decca jackets, are Fine Romance from Swing Time, the Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers romantic musical from 1935, by Dixie Lee Crosby and Bing Crosby. And on the other side, The Way You Look Tonight, also from Swing Time. So that's really cool. This one, unfortunately, is very, very warped, and it's got like a footprint in it, like in the plastic. So it doesn't play very well, but surprisingly enough, it does not skip. This is the Beer Barrel Polka by the Andrews Sisters, and on the other side is the Pennsylvania Polka. Even though it was in such bad condition, I bought it because, hell, it's the Andrews Sisters. Sorry, I'm just gonna, yeah. Okay, so you can see it's quite badly warped, and then on this side, the best side, there's like, I don't know what that is. It's kind of like footprints, kind of just like someone, but it's really, really messed up, and it doesn't play well, but it does still play. So, yeah, that's that. So the last thing is this record book, which I got from my grandmother, but now there's a lot of records that I added. This is Frank Sinatra Chicago, the first 78 RPM, and the first record I ever actually listened to in person. And then All the Way on the other side. That's in good condition. My World Is You, Patti Page, and the Milwaukee Polka, one of the most annoying songs on earth. Just Born to Be Your Baby, Perry Como, and then something on the other side. Let's Make Memories Tonight. That's another bad country song, I think. So's this one. Eddie Smith. Or maybe that's... No, that's... This is a good song. I got this at the Goodwill store. Frankie and Johnny. Frankie and Johnny. Frankie Carl at the piano. So this is the Frankie Carl rag. Apparently Swanee River. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but anyways, that's a cool record. And then we have Managua, Nicaragua by Guy Lombardo and his Royal Canadians. And on the other side, there is What More Can I Ask For? Then Any Way You Want Me by Elvis Presley. And on the other side is Love Me Tender. That's probably one of my most prized records, but not one of my favorites, really. These are my favorites. These I also got in that load of, well, the load of 6 1920s records. This is one of the most famous 1920s songs. Well, it was recorded in 1920. It was Paul Whiteman's first hit and a big move forward for the jazz movement. This is Whispering by Paul Whiteman and his orchestra. And on the other side is the Japanese Sandman. And then this, You're the Cream of My Coffee, Ted Weems and his orchestra. This is one of my favorite 1920s songs. It's really jazzy and really great. I was introduced to it, I think I listened to the Jack Hyleton version first, but this version I like much better. Anything Your Heart Desires, Ted Weems and his orchestra. And next is this. Okay, this I bought at the same time as the 1920s records, but it's obviously not. It's Come and Go With Me by the Dell Vikings, and How Can I Find True Love. Then the last one in here, I'll take it out, is My Man Foxtrot, written by Pollock, another famous songwriter, and it's Nat Shrillet, I think I'm saying that right, and his Victor Orchestra. And then on the other side, I'd Rather Be Blue. This is another great song. So for you guys, oh wait, I didn't show you these are the 10-inch, the 12-inch, I think the 12-inch records I have is this one here, which is cracked, unfortunately, but it was the only one left at the Goodwill store, so I bought it. Mostly because it's the theme song to Gone with the Wind from 1939. Al Goodman and his orchestra. Then I have Paul Whiteman and his concert orchestra. I've never heard of Paul Whiteman and his concert orchestra. I'm not sure if he had two or something. Anyways, maybe you guys can answer that. This is a 12-inch classical music piece. Most of the classical music pieces were on these larger records and two-sided. You see On the Trail Part 2 and On the Trail Part 1 from the Grand Canyon Suite. And then this one here is Paganini's Concerto Part 1 and 2, the Philadelphia Orchestra. So yeah, those are both from 1928 or 9, or actually maybe earlier, I'm not sure. But anyways, I'm going to play this one for you guys. Sorry for the shaky camera. It's really hot today, so I'm in the basement because we don't have AC. Oops, wrong side. Just gonna play the start because, you know, the copyright police are gonna... Although I don't think they can copyright this, it's from before 1929. See you next time, guys.